is going on, everybody, man? King Recon here. What a time it is for me, man. As a content creator of certain series that I cover on a regular basis. What a week it's been, man. Kingdom has been on fire. One Piece, and I was saying this in yesterday's One Piece reaction. One Piece has been on fire. And then Chihayafuru's also been on fire. So I'm like, Flagnards, man, everything is just going in. And then on top of all of that, I get a Chihayafuru chapter on the same week as the greatness of Kingdom and One Piece. And I'm like, all right, man, this is just wonderful. And this is on top of the other stuff that I'm reading as well. Attack on Titan dropped an incredible chapter, and some of the other series, and I'm like, Flagnards, man. Like, all these series that I'm reading, let alone covering, the series I'm reading, and I'm experiencing, I'm watching, are all dropping heat. And I'm like, man, dude. And then Chihayafuru drops the chapter, and I was like, you know what? For this sequence and where we currently are, especially the way that chapter 225 ended, I was wondering how long it was going to take before the next chapter came out. Lo and behold, not even a week. Not even a week to figure out the continuation and what Chihaya truly meant there at the end of that chapter after having taken that very, very hard loss, man. Because I truly thought that round 2 was going to be hers. And the fact that it wasn't hers, Flagnards, man. And then I saw some insight, an awesome comment in the last video talking about Taichi's vision and what that truly meant to him, and what the stuff that was going on with Chihaya meant for her as well. You know, the differences between how one views the other and what's actually happening. You know, and I'm like, Flagnards, you know, the author is truly a genius, and I gotta give a huge shout out to that comment. I wish I remembered the actual like wording, but it was such a great comment. But regardless, man, chapter 226. The stuff that's going down right now is so insane. It's like, on top of this, we have the stuff with Arata and Shanks, and it's like, man, dude, but here we go, chapter 226. At Shinobu-chan's core lies her unwavering strength. Is there anything I can do to win? I don't know anymore. And it's like Chihaya, the one individual who never gives up, the one individual who takes L's and turns it into dubs. We know how much those L's have hurt her. It looks like this is the one L that is really, really hurting, man. Because right whenever she felt like she could stand toe-to-toe and on the same playing field as Shinobu, when she finally felt like she reached a peak with Shinobu to stand on equal footing, now she continues to lose. And it's like she can't do anything. And everything that works in her favor ends up like, I get so close and it gets taken away from me. And it's like, Flagnards, man. When we switch over, we see Shanks and Arata. Arata-nichan, Wataya, Chihaya. You have 2 losses, and Shinobu has you cornered. Chihaya. And then Shanks, man, you know what's going through his mind? He has the people that he has close to him here as well, with Yukiko and whatnot, right? So it's like, sweet mother of Flagnards, everyone's going through their own battles here. And I think that's one of my favorite things about this series, is that it establishes what everyone has on the line before we go into a battle, you know, to raise the stakes and whatnot. But it feels like with this one in particular, because it feels like the entire series has been leading up to what we have going on right now. That in of itself raises the stakes, or has the stakes to the point to where they need to be. Then you add on all these additional factors, and the fact that everyone has a reason for wanting to capture a W right now, and having a reason for wanting to capture it right now. You know, not wait for another time, not wanting to catch an L and come back later. They all have a reason to win right now, son. Awajishima. And we see over Arata, it looks like he loses that card. And then he loses another one. Urami Wabi. Yes, Suo-san. He got up with a 1-card difference. Is this game going to come down to the luck of the draw? And luck of the draw situations are always insane in this series. Why now when Arata has Shanks cornered with his back against the wall? What happened, Arata? If his concentration wavers, he'll be under attack. Scary. That's the Majin for you. As expected of the Majin, which card should I go for? Get ready. Wataya has already been read. Should I aim for Wabi and come back for Watako? The A cards that have been read are Arya, Arima, Asaji, and Asau. Does that mean Suo-san will listen for the third syllable before he attacks? I can't let it come down to the luck of the draw. It's alright. He tends to... Yo, you see the Pirate King, the Karuta Master. My boy, Grandmaster Wataya, man. He tends to make mistakes in the outer edges of his own field, so maybe he's not good at taking those. He's going to hold down cards to take them. It's okay. You can take them. He goes over, gets the neck a little bit, gets the hair, puts up the glasses. Keno. And we see right here, I think Arata's with that card. He covered it. He covered it. That was an amazingly calm take. He covered the card at A and lowered his hand at Re. Re. My boy from Kingdom, man. That's all I'm gonna say, son. Re. The level of that cover was also exceptional. The challenger Wataya-san wins by 2 cards. With his 2 losses is the moment of truth for Suo Majin. So Arata is now... I completely forgot about the fact that he was like mad close to winning. So it didn't register to me that Flagnards, he is now up 2-0. So it's like these 2 matches right now are very interesting. Because on one hand, you have Shinobu, who everybody thought was going to win this. Not fairly easy, but that she was going to capture the W. And of course, she's winning as expected. But on Shanks' side, you have what everyone wants. Every single individual within the Karuta community wants Arata to capture this W to take Shanks off the throne and put somebody on the throne who can better represent Karuta to the general public. You know, and be a better leader as they believe, which Arata, I'm pretty sure, would definitely be a better representation for Karuta, just knowing the legacy. You know, he, in wrestling terms, he would be like the Randy Orton or like a Dwayne Johnson, the Rock, you know, carrying on the pedigree of previous people that came before him. So when they take the belt, when they take the title, when they take the master title here in this case, it would be something that people would look on and say, you know, he deserved it. He comes from that lineage and whatnot. You know, comes from royalty and whatnot, right? But in this case, it's just so interesting. I apologize if you hear that. It's raining so loud outside, man. If you hear any like whoosh, all over the place, you know what's going down. But it's so interesting because in one match it's 2-0 where they expected it, and in another match it's 2-0 and where they wanted, not really where they expected, because I'm pretty sure they still expected Shanks to go up in like swimwear. But Arata is playing no games here, man. He's up 2-0. And now that they're both up 2-0, I'm very, very curious, because when they initially introduced this whole 5-match concept, I thought that they were going to share dubs until the very, very end on both sides. Knowing what's at stake, knowing all the things that are going down, knowing how the series has gone up until this point in time. Chihayafuru normally, you know, goes above and beyond what you normally expect and gives you something that makes complete sense above expectations and completely breaking your ankles. That's the way the series at least has done for me. You know, if any of y'all have called the shots for anything that's happened in the series so far in a couple of matches, then props to you. But for me, in a lot of these matches, a lot of situations, whoever ends up winning and gaining the favor, I'm like, what in the flag am I witnessing, right? And that's how this is going right now, right? You know, Arata 2-0ing Shanks. Especially after Shanks saw Yukiko, I was expecting him to come out and capture this W. Chihaya, I could have sworn she was about to catch that W after the momentum was swinging in her favor. But no. So right now we have 2-0 on both sides. We see everybody's happy for Arata here. And he comes back. He looks down. Chihaya-chan, where are you? Oh, man. Mama Kana's looking for Chihaya. She's not here, right, Chihaya? Have you seen the Queen's Challenge in the bathroom? No? Excuse me. Arata's going out to look for her. And Chihaya's out there. In the middle of the snow. Just laying there. Chihaya. The tears. Nata's going to go help her. Barefoot? Why? Don't move. And he goes and picks up Chihaya and puts her on his back. The cards. I'm sorry. It's okay. I'll come back for them. So taking all the cards and turning them in is the winner's responsibility. Aruto, you won? That's amazing. Congrats. That's great. Chihaya breaks down. Is it impossible after all for me to win? There she is. Senpai, it's just as I thought. You're barefoot. Please put these on. Come on, let's go to your waiting room. And you know this, is it impossible after all for me to win? It hits really hard because we have the context of the entire series up until this point, right? Because we have the build up to this match. You know, Chihaya real deal thought that she could beat Shinobu. She's always thought that she could beat Shinobu. But this one in particular, she really, really thought she could do it. And to be faced with reality and just slapped with it when she gets so close, because it's always the losses when you're this close to doing it and it's taken away from you. Those hurt, man. We know how much to heart Chihaya takes these losses, especially the losses in which they come so close. But to Shinobu in particular, it's like, you know this one has to hurt, man. For her to say these words, Miss Nothing is Impossible herself, and for her to ask that to Arata, who she normally puts a front up of strength, or at least lately has been putting up a more calmish type of demeanor. I guess that was kind of broken within this arc, but for her to act this way, man, it's like flag marks, you know, growth on her end. Or I should say it's going to lead toward growth on her end. I want to see how this is going to go. And of course, yo, look at Kana. Kana's like, yo, stay away from Chihaya, dog. Was she heavy or was she light? I couldn't really tell. I never knew about the weight she carried on her shoulders. I never knew about the weight she carried on her shoulders. It's the weight of all her hard work, the hours she spent, and the tears she shed. Facts. Hard facts, man. The cards. I can foresee Chihaya defeating Shinobu-chan, and me defeating Shanks. I wasn't lying when I said those words. How can I? Oh, the cards are getting away from the snow. How can I convey that to her? And he thinks back to the very first card, to the very first time they played in that room. I'm the only one who knows about the first card that started off for Chihaya. That's right. I'm the only one who knows. Let's go. The moment that Chihaya was at her strongest. Dude, Chihaya in that match was like otherworldly, bro. I mean, she was in the absolute zone. Like, Chihaya, it's just, she was in savage mode. You feel me? Like, it's like she took a bit of Conky from Kingdom, a bit of Kafka from Final Fantasy VI, and like insert that into Chihaya's pureness. Both it all together. And that chaos that was going into her brain. And that, I don't give a flying flat knows what's going to happen. I'm winning this. I don't care who you are. I don't care who's in front of me. I'm dead set on what's here. And I'm going up in like swimwear. And like with that type of mentality, she was catching dubs. That was insane, man. It's crazy how long ago it feels like that was. What was that in like the 150s, the 160s? Goodness. Arata-chan, that was seriously amazing. You only have to win one more game now. The Meijin title is already within your grasp. Meijin. The Meijin title. And he thinks back to his grandpa. Just a bit longer. Focus, Arata. He closes the cards. Wataya, as expected, go get one more win, only one more game. Goodness, what amazing boy. He may win 3 in a row. Isn't it too quick, his growth? I've waited a long time for this. The day that I would be able to once again see Wataya Sensei's Karuta. Because your Karuta is exactly like Wataya Sensei's. I was able to see Wataya Sensei again. Here we see Shanks. And he's seeing Yukiko. Why are Yukiko and Masashi Shin-chan? Oh, everyone, please, let's see this Castella cake. There's plenty to go around, thank you. Hisashi, you've made this many female friends, huh? Amazing. Why? Hey, why? Shanks is questioning, he's like, find her. I can't hear you at all. When did your voice become so quiet? It's been 8 years since he last saw you. 8 years that he last saw you. He's nervous, Yukiko-chan. Let me take a good look at your face. Yukiko can only see around 30 square centimeters from the center of the television. Hisashi, listen. I came here to see you play Karuta. But is it possible your eyes? I asked, why are you two here? Why are you so irritated? Oh, I know. You lost 2 games to the youngster and now you're flustered. Ah, don't worry. You can come home when you're no longer the Majin. We're waiting for you. You can come home whenever you want. I don't belong there anymore. Everyone's already grown up. Nonsense. But that's not Yukiko-chan's home. Nah, flagnards. No, Hisashi, you were wrong. That's Yukiko-chan's parents' house, and she's lived there longer than any of us. My dad inherited the property, but doesn't like his job. As a result, everyone respects Yukiko more than him. Time for me to go. Ouch. Ouch. He keeps hitting himself everywhere. And you see the effect that's currently taking place on Shanks' vision. I mean, why are you really here? Oh, look, your fan came all the way to Amura and got us cheap tickets. He told us it would be nice if we could come see you. Said he hoped that we would come see you. He's from Taiji, man. Do you know him? But you probably wouldn't. He's just a fan. He was a boy with big eyes. As I thought Chitose isn't here, I wonder where she went. Did she come back, Oisa? Oh, I'm sorry, Aise. Right now, it might be better if you don't go in there. Chihaya still crying? No. Look at Chihaya's eyes. Hanada's there. That's who she really needed to see. Chihaya-chan, what are you doing? At the beginning of the game, why did you immediately return Yonana Kaio to the queen? Who taught you to do something like that? Even though the position of the cards has been changed from its original placement, if you send it right back, wouldn't your opponent put it where it was to begin with? The card just stays where it benefits her. Take the card she sends you and create a new playing field, so that you can whittle away at your opponent's memorization. And make sure to protect your own cards. Yo, my man's just going ham, dude. But, this is the moment that he's been waiting for. He's been wanting to wait for the moment that he could create a master or a queen that comes from his Karuta society. So he's very passionate about this, man. He cares a lot about Chihaya. My opponent was strong. I was unlucky. That's what you're thinking, right? That's probably what you want to think, but you're wrong. You lost those 2 games because of all those small mistakes. Oh my, Hanada's laying it down, son. You moved your cards using various enigmatic methods, and I bet you squandered your own resources for memorization because of it. To be fully aware of the opponent's left and right side of the field is the complete opposite of what you've learned up until this point. To think you've mastered all of this in the span of just 2 months. But Wakamiya was frustrated and she was smiling. I wonder what that was all about. Well, it was like that time when she was playing against Megane-kun. Yo, it was like that time when she was playing against Anata. So I don't think your new offensive Karuta is wrong. Excuse me, it's almost time. Anata, look, it's Yu-chan's gift. It's like it's Topo, but it's actually top. It's yelling, take the top. Yu-chan was also admitted to her school of choice, so it would have been nice if she could come with us. But she said that she might be coming. She better hurry up or else the match will be done by the time she gets here. Aren't you going to eat any? No. Arata, give me your cell phone. I want to thank Yu-chan and say Arata was crying with joy as he ate them. And I don't have her contact information. Arata, do you want to call her? No. I wonder if Yu-chan will be surprised. I finally understand why Grandpa thought he was hard to deal with. Focus. After one more game, you'll be the Majin. Hey, Arata, there's a message here for you. It's right before the next game. Look for it afterwards. It's from... Oh, I forgot about that text message. It's from a boy called Mashima Taiji. Arata stops. He looks back. And Chihaya's in it too. Oh, but why does this always have to happen? What is it? Your phone now? What's wrong? Is it because there aren't any new messages? And Chihaya looks over. She looks back. Do you want to look at it? He's not going to look at it, is he? After one more game, you'll be the Majin. Yeah, he quit and he isn't here. But I can feel his presence. Arata stops Chihaya. I know the first card started off for Chihaya. I also know the moment that Chihaya was at her strongest, and I know how strong Shinobu-chan is. Chihaya, you can't enter the same arena. Arena as in, yeah, speaking of which, Shinobu-chan's arena belongs to her. Chihaya, you have to enter an arena where you are at your strength. So Anata's telling Chihaya, don't try to meet up with her. Don't go to her Mount Fuji. I want you to go to the arena where you're at your strongest, your peak. Because, baby, your peak goes beyond that of Shinobu. Yo, what a line. That is the best piece of advice I could possibly have given her here. My arena? Because she's been so focused, so intent on meeting with Shinobu on that peak and not focusing on hers. Me. Come back and she's Taichi as well. Yo! Her peak goes to Mizusawa! It ain't no single game, it's a team game! And we see all of the core members of the squad. We look back and we see everyone with their hands together. Mizusawa! Oh, that was beautiful, son. This is what I call a moment. This is a moment in this series, man. Oh, when the anime gets to this and starts playing the music, that's gonna hit too hard, bro. That's gonna hit way too hard, yo. That's beautiful. Oh, man, what a moment. The person I lost to the high school championships was Mizusawa's captain. That's right. That's right. Everyone says this and knows it's important, but it always comes down to this. You have to play your own karuta. Don't try to play Shinobu's karuta. Don't try to live up to that. Go on that same playing field and do what you have to do, man. But by God, play your own karuta. You know, don't try to match her. Play your own game. Shinobu, it's time. That was the third game. It's getting tiresome. Wouldn't it be better if the match was over in 2 games? You must be tired, Shinobu. Not really, besides it was fun. How unusual. Shinobu-chan, what happened to your leg? Is it numb? You have to play your own karuta. You have to play like Mizusawa, never give up. Even with 0 wins and 2 losses. Facts. Hard facts, dude. We're going to get those 3 wins. And Anata tells him like, yo, you're gonna get the 3 dubs. But you gotta play your own karuta. And that's facts, man. Chihaya's always been her strongest when she's with Mizusawa. You feel me? Dude. What a chapter. I didn't expect this. I thought the entire chapter was going to be based around Shanks and Narita. And instead, we see stuff from Chihaya I never thought I'd see. They're saying it was really impossible. Narita catches the W, is now 2-0 on both sides. Shanks in his own internal conflict right now with Yukiko. And then Haruta's like, yo, I'm not saying this offensive Karuta is bad, because obviously Shinobu is having fun out there. It reminds her of whenever she took on Arata. What Arata's like, yo, when you're at your strongest. And he almost didn't even talk to her. You know, focus. I need to focus on catching the 3rd dub. He didn't even look at Taichi's message. But he was like, yo, I gotta make sure Chihaya gets in focus. I gotta make sure, man. Putting others before himself. That in of itself shows Arata's growth from the very beginning. And how much those around him have impacted him in that way. That he is the one to bring Chihaya back to her senses in the way that she's done for him so many times. But the fact that he was like, yo, you at your best is Mizusawa's captain. The one who beat me is Mizusawa's captain. And they did the Mizusawa fight off with the tears. Ah, man, dude, that's one of my favorite moments. No question. No question, man. That's like taking the very best of season 2 and the very best of season 3. And the very best of the manga and putting it all into one singular moment. This is gonna change the game. What a chapter. I can't wait for the next one. I can't wait to see how this is going to change the dynamic. I can't wait to see what's going to happen now in the match with Shinobu. Like, how is Chihaya going to go about this? Because if she plays her own Karuta, not to the beat of Shinobu's drum, and Chihaya goes to her own zone, oh, yo, this is going to be wild. Now, Shinobu's going to be able to see Chihaya's true Karuta. Oh, my, dude, it's going to be post-Dangai Chihaya all over again. The Z-axis, dude. Oh, no. This is going to be crazy. This is going to be insane, man. Oh, I'm super excited. What a moment. Truly worthy of that legendary Chihayafuru OST. That plays. Every single time there's an emotional moment with the whole team together. Matter of fact, man, where's I gotta listen to it, dude. This one? I think it's this one. It is this one. The OST of Legend. Let's see if it pops up. The main theme. OST 07. Y'all can already tell this is the music that's gonna play when they get to this part, man. Matter of fact, let me go ahead and yo, when the Taichi thing came up, I had chills, bro. Because I was like, yo, Naruto was like, me. Everyone's like, no, Taichi, me. Everyone is like, oh, snap. Anything back to the past. Mizusawa. First of the last two high school championships with Mizusawa's captain. You have to play your own Karuta. And apparently something's happening with Shinobu's leg. I love that soundtrack so much, bro. What a chapter, man. See, this is what I'm talking about. All of my favorite series, or I should say all of the series that are currently coming out that I'm covering, they've all just been so incredible lately, man. What an amazing chapter. I would go as far as to say this might be my favorite chapter in this arc so far. It's up there because there's been a few chapters that were just magnificent in this arc. But man, this moment by itself just, it stands out. It's a moment that takes you back to everything that you've seen so far. And like Arata himself, you remember his journey, you remember Chihaya's journey, like Flagnards, man, what? This is what I call a Chihayafuru moment. Gold Hayafuru, man. What more needs to be said? Phenomenal chapter. This was an awesome sauce. This was an awesome sauce, man. Just based on this moment alone. This is why this series is so special, man. I can't believe it. I can't believe that this is the first chapter that I reacted to weekly. Was this magnificent chapter. Wow, man. We're gonna get those 3 wins. Mizusawa Faito. Let me know what y'all thought about this week's chapter in the comment section down below. And I can't wait to see the next one, man. Gold Hayafuru. Let's go, dude. I'm ready, man. What an emotional one.